Hello everyone, here at Amsterdam dance event, which is why it's quite noisy. Just done a thing on stage, but I wanted to talk to you about Iceland. So we just moved from a really noisy place to this beautiful place, which is undeniably Amsterdam. So, the last city that we were in was Reykjavik. I love Iceland. I don't know if you know, but Scout was conceived in Iceland. So it's very nice to be back there as a family. The first thing that we did when we got to Reykjavik was we went straight to a radio station called Bylgjan 989, I don't know if that's right. And it was really apparent to me how crazy the system is in terms of payment to artists. I was right there, standing next to the radio DJ, and he was playing Good Night and Go, and he was playing it off YouTube because they didn't have it on their system. And so obviously, like, YouTube might pay one day a tiny bit that would go via Sony that I probably will never see anything of anyway. But for the publishing wise, it would go via STEF, which is the Collection Society in Iceland, and that would happen once a year because STEF collect once a year. So the radio station would have to document everything, deliver that to STEF, and then STEF would send that to all of the different national collection societies around the world if there are any national other artists outside of Iceland. So for me, that would go to the PRS, and then they might account every quarter, but by the time it gets there, it probably might be 6 months. So it's a year and a half for a tiny payment that probably costs so much money, like for all of those people along the way to make that payment into what actually will end up in my pocket if it does, which might be like 10p. But it's cost so much more time and money to get that. But it could just go directly into my pocket. So then that night we went and did the gig at Haskolabio. Beautiful venue, really gorgeous venue. We loved it. It just felt so good to sing there. I was really happy to play finally in Iceland. That's the first time I've ever played in Iceland, and it was just wonderful. The designer who gave me some clothes to wear was Magnarún. So I was wearing her outfit at Haskolabio. A choir got in touch called the Katla Choir, which I believe is Icelandic for volcano. Surprisingly to the audience, they walked down with the lights on their phones, like little candles, and then came up onto the stage to sing hide and seek with me at the end, and it was really amazing. I think a lot of people in the audience just got a real buzz from that. And we had some great people in the audience. I was very excited about one particular lady who I wonder if you can guess who it is. It's a wonderful artist, been such a presence in my life on the radio and also through my friend Guy Sigsworth, obviously there as Frou Frou. And so Björk came back after the show and it was just so amazing to meet her. And it just felt so lovely. It wasn't awkward, and it was I'm so happy we finally met her. So we were like, so, you know, what should we do while we're here in Reykjavik? And she was like, you've got to go to this club called Prickid. So we did. And it's this awesome hip hop club. We had the best time. We were just dancing so much. It was so much fun. The night after, we went to this club called Hurra, which is another great club. And there were 3 artists, each with gloves, doing very different sets. So we had Sasha, who was accompanied with Mycelia, my friend. Chagall, who's like glove dev team, but also amazing artist in her own right with all her visuals. And then we also had Anya with Mycelia. It was just a really good night, and I just enjoyed myself. I did so much dancing. I basically did loads of dancing in Iceland. We did our Changemaker forum at Idno, which is this beautiful venue by the pond, and had a really amazing turnout. Like really great, loads of musicians. We even had the CEO of STEF turn up, who's the Icelandic Collection Society, so it's really interesting to talk to her and hear their woes as well and how we can help with the Creative Passport. And then later on that day, I demoed the gloves. People asked me questions and I played a few songs, did a bit of improv with the gloves, and that was really nice too. And then we had some friends from London and they came out to join us, so Scout had a whale of a time with her old friend Eva. It really is just an amazing country. You're really just like there with nature. and it's bubbling and bursting and icy, and it's just great. So hello, slightly distracting. Don't wave. That would have been so funny if he'd fallen in. Don't get too confident. So we're here in Amsterdam, but next week we're going to do the blog from Istanbul, where we're going to do 2 shows, not just 1, but 2 shows. Yeah. So then I'll speak to you from Istanbul.